Well, good day, everybody. Happy Friday. It is April 11th, 2025. And welcome to episode 81 of the podcast Unlimited Wisdom with Robert Hollis. As we get started, just a reminder to please hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button so you can go ahead and find out about our podcasts and other events that we share here on the at Robert Hollis channel. And also share this with your family and friends. And plus, we have an amazing group that takes place every Sunday called the Imaginators. It starts at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, and it's a great group where we get to use our imagination, our creativity to move forward in life, because that is very, very important. I'm Craig Jackman. Typically, I have Matt Hollis and Robert Hollis here, but both are unavailable today. Robert is traveling to a special event, and Matt is taking care of some personal matters. He's fine. He's fine. Okay. It's just something that needs his attention more right now. So went ahead and just go ahead and say today it will just be me, if you don't mind. And I appreciate your attention and the fact that you are here with me, because I was trying to think of, do we cancel today or not? And I thought, you know what? There's something that I haven't gone over with in a while. Many of you have maybe heard me in the past use or talk about this, and many of you may have not. And so I thought today we could just spend a few minutes here talking about something that I actually like, and especially since it's in line with much of the discussion that we have had in previous podcasts. So if you'll indulge me, what I'd like to do is, actually, before we get started, I do want to thank Bill Shoemaker, bless you, Bill, for the donation in the super chat here on YouTube. If you'd like to donate, we would appreciate it. The donations go to charities and organizations that Robert supports, and that is very, very important. It's to him, as well as to those that he shares these donations with. We appreciate it. Very simple to do is to just click on the dollar sign down below the chat on YouTube, and then you can donate that. Again, all of the money that is donated there goes to these organizations that Robert supports, in particular orphanages, but there are a few others that Robert also supports. So thank you very, very much, and we appreciate you being here and being part of today's podcast. So as I get started, I just wanted to share this with you, and it'll be a little bit of a short one today, but still, I felt that given everything that's going on in society today, as well as what we've discussed in past podcasts, in past AMAs, in past Imaginators, that something like this should be shared. And I will share the graphic with you as we go through this, but I wanted to, and of course, if I had actually prepared this a little bit more in advance, because this just happened, I would say, no problem, I would do this in pieces. But I love this so much, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share the 4 agreements with you. This is really just an interesting thing that was developed by Don Miguel Angel Ruiz. And if you think about it, these 4 agreements actually sum up a lot of what everybody says and about maybe what you should think about doing. Again, I will, let me go ahead and just really quickly, I will share the document with you. We'll go through it and then I'll share it again as we go through this podcast today. So this is what it looks like. This is the 4 agreements. Well, there's 5. There is an additional one, but that was added later. But I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the 4 agreements. And again, please, I hope you'll indulge me, and I thank you so much for being here and joining us on today's Unlimited Wisdom. The 4 agreements are as follows, and then I will break them down. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always do your best. And you know what's interesting is those 4 alone carry so much weight when it comes to living life. We're all trying to look for whatever it is that's going to give us that spark to move ahead, that to get us out of the doldrums, that funk. Yes, we all experience the funk. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anybody who doesn't experience a funk, but it's also about getting through that, driving through that funk so that we can get beyond it and continue to move forward. Because why are we here? We are here to move forward, to better our lives. And I will also just mention before I get into each one of those, before I met Robert, I was so fortunate to meet him and that he and I were able to sit together personally one-on-one in our first official meeting and to learn about each other and how we felt about each other. And I have learned so much in the many, many years that I have been with Robert and that we have become friends, and his family too. Not just Robert himself, but Matt Jr. I also will say that, I haven't met Kyle as much, but I appreciate Kyle, especially what Robert shares about Kyle and Terry. I appreciate her so very much. And she brings a lot to everything that we do here in the Hollis organization and with all of these podcasts. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. And also Hannah, of course, Matt's wife. So anyways, moving, and I should say Amy, Junior's wife. So here are the 4 agreements, as I said. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Number 4, always do your best. I'll go over number 5 in a little bit. But let's start and break down number 1, because I love how this graphic that I shared with you a little bit earlier really does an incredible job at breaking down everything about what's going on in life and how things move forward and work. So, number 1, impeccable with your word. It's so important that you speak with integrity. This is part number A. Speak with integrity. Why? People want to be told the truth about things. People want to know that you believe what you say. And speaking with integrity does that. When you speak from the heart, not from the mind, but from the heart. The mind helps, but you got to speak from the heart to communicate, to connect. That's what Robert shares. When I tell people, when you do a podcast or when you do anything like what we're doing today, or you decide that you want to share your thoughts on a podcast with people, don't always speak from here. This is important, don't get me wrong, but you want to speak from here. When you speak from the heart, it comes right through here, through your eyes. And that communication reaches the people better. That's why when Robert says people can tell if you're speaking from the head or from the heart. And that's why connection is so important, what Robert teaches us. So speak with integrity, speak with truth. Say only what you mean. You don't have to fluff it up. No can mean no. Yes can mean yes. If you say, I don't know, that's fine. You don't know. One thing I learned about at Disneyland when I worked there many, many years ago was you don't say, I don't know. You say, let me find out. So you're in a sense saying, yes, you don't know, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're finding out that is this the right answer? Is this true? And that is the important when it comes to being impeccable with your word. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't make it up. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. You are what you hear. You hear what you speak. If you say bad words, you're going to hear those bad words and it will affect you. If you continually think good thoughts, when you correct yourself, you think, okay, that was it. It's done. It's over. Let me move forward. Let me think about how I can move forward. Sometimes, and it's happened with me, where I've had to take time, I've had to step away from even talking to other people and get my mind in the right place. Why? Because obviously, if you speak ill or gossip about others, what's going to happen? It's going to come back to you. Ultimately, it's going to come back to you. And then use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Well, we teach that. Keep it about truth. Are you sure? If it's not true, if you don't think it's true, if it doesn't sound right to you, take the time to investigate. There's a lot of things going on in society right now. Okay? I'm not saying one way or the other, but there's a lot of things that are out there that are true and that are not true. And for you to make the proper determination, to be impeccable with your word, it is important that you look in the direction of truth and love. And love can mean tough love too, when you think about it. Tough love, wow. That means standing up for what you think is right, but not being angry about it, being tough about it, being proper about it, showing that you care. It may not be the right thing for you, what other people say and do. Then you know what? Back away. Look in the direction of your truth and your love and make sure it is true. Again, like we said, find out what is and not just hearsay. Many times we get emails we see on Facebook, on X or Twitter, however you want to say that, on whatever platform you use, social media platform. Is it true? If it's not, step aside. That's really the best way to go. So that's point number one, be impeccable with your word. And again, I'm just going through these briefly, and I will post them again, post the graphic again so you can kind of take a look at it. The second item of the 4 agreements is don't take anything personally. And how many of us do that? Always. And it's not easy, especially when it's from friends or colleagues or things like that. But nothing others do is because of you. You have your truth. You have your love. What others do, you cannot control. It's whatever they've been raised with, whatever their culture is. The book that I know I've shared here on the podcast and on other programs, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. What a great book. And if you have the opportunity, please read this book or listen to it, because I know that it's on, whatever that platform is with Audible, is on Audible. That's how I got it. Yes, Bill, let them, because nothing others do is because of you. If that's how they think, if they think you're a duck-billed platypus, they're going to think you're a duck-billed platypus, regardless of what you say you are. So let them. And that's not just saying be a duck-billed platypus. I mean, whatever it is that they say, if that is their belief, it's going to be very difficult for you to change them. You can share beliefs. I know that when it comes to, let's say, religion, I know that's a big topic, or even politics. If you're sharing with one another the way that you feel or the way that you've been raised, and you understand that that may not be the way the other person feels or the way the other person has been raised, that's fine. Let them. And if they want to go down another path, then you know what? Back off. One thing I learned about let them, and again, I'm just going to briefly say this, is that when you say let them, that means let you be who you are and let them be who they are. It's an incredible book. Please, everyone, I recommend that you read it and enjoy it. I will, let's see, I think I may even have that link right here so that I can just share it with you. Yeah, I got it right here. Let me go ahead and post that in the chat. Forgive me, because I'm doing about several things at once. So there it is. And by the way, I'm Robert Hollis in the chat because I'm monitoring the channel and working it as the channel. But I definitely recommend this book to everybody. It is an incredible book and everybody will learn from it. So that's 2A. Don't take anything personally. What others say and do is a projection of, here's the let them again. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dreams. I don't know if I really need to say more than what, in a sense, what I just shared. Let them do it. That's their projection. That's their idea. That's what they are. That's what their thoughts are. And it's not going to change. Now, they may change. If you force a change, that may not be good. But if you just say, here's how I think, and then let it go at that, they may change. They may not change. You got to understand that that's something that's on them. It's their own reality, their own dreams. Somebody may have a dream of being, okay, in my case, an actor or a very good host. I do my best on all things like that, but that may not be your dream. Your dream may be to be an incredible trading partner when it comes to, like doing Forex or something like that, or selling a specific product or service. That is your dream. It may not be mine, but you do what you do so well. Or the phrase that I also like to share from Blazing Saddles, you do that voodoo that you do so well. It is really, really, honestly, when you think about it, something that is very good. And boy, Mel Brooks, when he put that phrasing together, he kind of said it, is just get out there and do it. Do what you do so well, and others will seek you out and will be, they will look for what you can share with them, your services, your products. The other item item number 2 of the 4 agreements, when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. OMG. Think about it. When someone says they don't like what you're saying, they attack you on social media, you're letting them rent space in your head. And what's that? It's free. They're getting to do that for free. Why let them do that for free? Why let them rent space in your head? I was in a business situation where I was in a meeting. I had 4 people in the meeting. There was 5 of us in the meeting. 4 of them say that they were going to do this, and they wanted me to also agree to doing it. And I said, no, because I had the proof saying that we can't do this. Now, they voted 4-1, and they were beating me up verbally. Why I can't go and join them? I said, no, this is not the way to go. You guys want to do what you want to do. That's fine. I won't be the victim of needless suffering for it because I feel that it is not correct. Now, 4-1, okay. It's like the Supreme Court when it makes a decision, a 5-4 decision. They made that decision, even though the 4 may not agree with the 5, but they have to go with the 5. That's the way the law is. So, and plus, again, going back to social media, the opinions of others don't really matter, especially if you have a core group, you know what you're doing, you know what's going on, you are not hurting people. The opinions of those people don't affect you, especially this is your journey in life. This is your path. Take it, follow it, and move forward with it, because all they want to do is take you down. They may even be jealous for what you're doing, for all we know. Who knows? But you do what you wish to do, because that is what's comfortable for you. And that is what your source, your God, your superior being has helped you understand, that this is what you want to do in life. What is I'm trying to figure out. A fish only knows what a fish can do, and a bird only knows what a bird can do. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but even though the fish can look down at or look up at the bird and say, "I wish I could fly," it can't. So the fish will become the best fish that it can. There you go. So and vice versa. I didn't do it quite right, the story, so forgive me, but you get the idea that you just be the best you that you possibly can. And don't worry about what other people say that are not qualified. Remember what Robert shares, a lot of times people troll us on the internet or on YouTube. And you look at the people who just want to make people angry. It gets them off. And you look at, like, for example, their YouTube channel or their Facebook page. How many people do they have following them? 0, 1, 2, 3. And you may have a lot more than that. So obviously you're doing something right. And you know what? In that case, let's go back to the let them theory. Let them do it. Maybe just block and delete, erase. Let them go. Let them do what they want. That's because they are going to do it regardless. So that's item number 2. Don't take anything personally. Item number 3 is don't make assumptions. And this goes back to what I was sharing a little bit earlier. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Ask questions. Is it true? Is it not true? Is what I am looking into a good thing? Is it not? Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and drama. Boy, you want to talk about thinking before you speak. So important. Think before you speak. Take the time, if you feel conflicted with reacting to something, you don't have to say it right away. Step back. Be a little concerned. I don't know about that. I'm going to think about it. Let it stew a little bit. Look into that. Why are you feeling this way? Look into it. Ask questions and express what you really, really want and communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid the misunderstandings and drama. Because if you react fast without thinking, you could say something that could very much hurt people. The pen is mightier than the sword. Someone can cut you and apologize and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." But you know what? Words matter. Words matter because that can last a lifetime. And then number 3, again, the last item here under number 3, with just this one agreement, in other words, don't make assumptions, you can completely transform your life. Find out if it's true. Don't assume it's true because others say it's true. We're in the middle of that right now. One side says one thing and people believe it. The other side says another thing and people believe it. There's got to be a consensus. There's got to be one thing that's fact, that's true. Don't make assumptions. Do the research. Even if it might take a little while, but you got to do the research. That's the only way to keep moving forward. All right, item number 4 in the 4 agreements. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to when you are sick. Think about that. Your mind is in totally different zones when you're sick and when you're well. When you're sick, you don't want to do anything. You just want to heal your body so that you can get back to feeling much better. When you're really feeling good, oh man, you can take on the world. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward. When you're sick, it's like, I don't feel like I really want to do anything. I want to just stay in bed. So things change from moment to moment, as that particular part says, part A of item number 4. So Look at where you are right now. And again, it also is something to think about where we have said, what's your past is your past. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that is why they call it present. I love Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. Whoever came up with that phrase, I'm going to still attribute it to Master Oogway because he said it so well. So live for today. You don't know how you're going to feel tomorrow. And yesterday's done. You can't change yesterday. You can learn from yesterday. So take what you've learned from yesterday, let it be, work with what you've learned today, and you'll be better ready tomorrow. But we still can't anticipate what tomorrow is. Can we look forward to say, okay, what can we think about for tomorrow? What can we do today that will benefit us tomorrow? That is what we should be doing. So always do your best. And then the second part of item number 4, under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Oh my gosh, what a way to take yourself out of anything that you do. Just do your best. If I know there's that Martin Luther King phrase saying, and I'm sorry I don't have it here in front of me. If I had more time to prepare this, I would. But something like, if you can't run, crawl. I mean, just do it step by step. There are some people that can do a lot in one day. Maybe you can't. Or maybe you're just starting out. So the person who is ahead of you in doing what you want to do is obviously moving faster than the person and than where you are today. However, think about it. That person who's way ahead of you had to start from ground zero where you are today. Start. It takes steps. One thing Robert loves to say is get 1% gooder every day, and you will be 365% gooder by the end of the year. So every little bit counts. I know that, many of us are part of the Akashics program, and we win, we lose. We learn every day what to do and what not to do. And that's why we go through the trainings. That's why we learn what we do. I don't know there are too many master traders at the moment, but we are learning to be master traders or master actors or master coaches or master whatever it is that you do. But you had to start from ground zero. So every day, appreciate what you've done, do your best. Avoid the self-judgment. You'll get there. You'll learn it if this is what you want. Don't self-abuse because you're talking to yourself. And what we think about becomes what we think about. So, and then don't have regret. Okay, well, let me rephrase that about that don't have regret. Maybe have a little bit of regret because you didn't do it quite right, but learn from that. Learn from it. Why did that happen? And move forward. That's how I look at that. So the 4 agreements, just to summarize again, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always do your best. Now, there was another agreement that Don Miguel added later. And this is something, too, that Robert talks about. In a sense, it combines some of these together, but it does make it can be used as a 5th agreement. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Okay? Think about that. Don't believe yourself or anybody else. Now, when it says don't believe yourself, it's more of like if a thought jumps into your head and is it true or is it not true? The same rule applies to others. Is it true? Again, don't make assumptions in this case. Is it true or is it not true? Listen, be open-minded, be skeptical. Sometimes being skeptically optimistic is very good for you because it's like, it sounds good, but it doesn't feel good. Let me look into this. And I've had a situation, which I can't talk about right now, where that's happened, where I've had to be skeptically optimistic. Moving forward with that, of course. Again, number 5, part 2, use the power of doubt to question everything you hear. Is it really the truth? We kind of talked about that already. Is it true or is it not true? How do you know that? Robert's book. How do you know that? Look into it. Use the power of the doubt to question, is it true? Is it really the truth? How do you know that? And listen to the real intent behind the words. You will understand the real message. Yes, you may need to listen to how it's being said. If you didn't listen to it right, you may have heard something that you didn't quite understand. Ask to repeat it. Ask the question. Try to get to the real message behind it. And if not, ask. That is really what I love about this 5th agreement, is it kind of summarizes everything. So let me go ahead and share that with you again. Let me see here. I've closed up a few windows here so that I can, for sharing. I know you're there. Hang on a second, because I want you to see. There it is. I want you to be able to see it, and if you can, take a picture to download it. There we go. So, just in summary, the 4 agreements: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best. And then the added agreement, the 5th one, which kind of brings all of them together and adds a little more to volume to the 4 agreements. The 5th agreement: be skeptical, but learn to listen. And along with everything that we learn from Robert, from our other teachers, from all of the universal teachers and teachings that we take into, that creates you and me and us and everyone. Take those things, put them together, and we become better people. And that's what we want. Everybody wants to be a better person, especially being a better person than we were yesterday and tomorrow and today. So, with that being said, thank you very much for allowing me to share a little bit of time with you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Before I close, I just wanted to say you can follow Robert Hollis at roberthollis.com. If you'd like to join our exclusive community, the Imaginators, go to roberthollis.com/join and become part of our amazing community. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Robert Hollis, or go to roberthollis.com/video and click the subscribe button. There'll be lots of great content, and you'll be able to participate in our special events to help you move to the next level. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast and all of our podcasts that are available on the at Robert Hollis channel on YouTube. It will help us grow to our community and reach out to those with ears that hear. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Shout out to our executive producer, Matt Hollis. Matt, bless you and thank you. And of course, to Robert Hollis. Robert, safe travels. We look forward to seeing you back here next weekend. And I say that because tomorrow, Saturday, at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, is Ask Me Anything. Matt Hollis and I will be together and working with you on Ask Me Anything. And then on Sunday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, we have the Imaginators. It's an exclusive group. To become an Imaginator, you need to go to roberthollis.com/join and join us. That group is exclusive. We don't share that with everybody like we do with these podcasts, Ask Me Anything and Unlimited Wisdom. But we go further with people one-on-one on helping to open up their creativity. That's why we call it Imaginators. Be an imaginator. Be creative. Open yourself up. We want to help you become the best you that you can be. And that's where Imaginators is. So roberthollis.com/join to be part of that group. My name is Craig A. Jackman. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch, listen, and learn. Until next time and until tomorrow, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Have a great day. And bye-bye for now.